Alright guys, today I've got something new in the mail today from Amazon, of course. And I'm using my sick dolly, aka my broken foot scooter, to put it in the office. I'm going to show you what's inside. I think you'll like it. It's pretty special. Alright guys, so as you can tell, I'm in my equipment, my gear today. I know it's kind of confusing me seeing me with this sick scooter for my knee with my sick pink cast. Obviously, I don't know if you can tell, but hopefully it's up here. Skate or die, of course. That's how I hurt myself. And now I am stuck home and trying not to go crazy. So, what I did, very responsibly, was buy something expensive. Very expensive. Something that, I don't know, maybe it'd be great if I got some views on this or finished making my Patreon or got a following on Twitch or something to help pay for it. But I digress. So it has something to do with this right here. This is called a spool. Some of you probably already know that. Most of you don't. And if you know what that is, you'll probably know what's in this box. But I'm going to open it anyways. So here we go. Now, this is not as fun as it looks. Because my big old, dang old scooter's in the way, but it's the only way I can stand up straight and not fall and bust my butt. So, in a house full of a bunch of cardboard, now I have even more. Okay. Hey y'all, Editing Bag Chris here, and I noticed in the video that my tummy is showing a little bit, and you know what? I'm human, alright? Sometimes you gain a little weight, but I'm beautiful. I know the camera adds a little more weight than what I look like in real life, but don't come here to judge me. You came here because you want to see my sick 3D printer that is currently going in the background and is probably going to be going every time I'm here in the next few videos at this specific spot wearing this outfit, because I'm editing all these videos at the same time and I'm lazy. So you just watch the video for the content and don't judge me. Alright? I love you. This up. There she is. There she is. My Monoprice V2 Mini Maker Select Mini Monoprice Select Mini V2 3D printer. Fuck you. And all the stuff. Look, everything looks fine. Doesn't look like there's any issues. Got the little sticky stuff on here. You know I love pulling that off. So, hold up. Just give me a minute, whippersnappers. That came in 3 boxes. That was the first time I ever felt like the packaging appropriately suited the price I paid for the product, which is nice. So, I'll show you guys. In here, we've got what I assume is a power cable, Allen key, a tiny teeny weeny little 128 megabyte memory card, because 3D printers, that's what that is, can only go up to like 2 or 4 gigs. And this is just a sample. Micro USB, they just put those in everything. Scraper, and a, this is for the feed, for the, I don't remember what it's called, but I think I know what it is. And this is the spool holder, that's what that other thing was. In here, probably another piece of the power adapter, it looks like. Yep. Here's that little spool of tester 3D printing PLA 1.75 millimeter. I'm going to print some stuff. It's going to be pretty cool. What I'm going to do, if it doesn't take a million years, and if I don't mess this up and burn my house down, is make a 3D print of the little thing that is on here. The little cat that's supposedly on here. It's like a lucky cat. And I'm going to put a real memory card in it, download some prints, and hopefully over the next few days I can show you guys some cool stuff. Here I am, about to hook this all up and get it all started. And this thing looks really nice. At first impression is, well, it's my first 3D printer, but I really like the way this looks. So. That little beauty right there, it's all done. Kinda excited. I'm gonna go ahead and scrape her off now. See if I can do this. And it took 2 hours and 14 minutes as well. First print. Pretty good if I do say so myself. I'm really just excited to feel the texture, to know what this feels like. There we go. Oh, it's extremely lightweight. Wow. Cool. You can kind of see through there. Be careful taking this off. It's pretty cool. Pretty lightweight. I like it. Hey y'all, Editing Bay Chris here again. I'm just going to show you a couple of the prints that I've done since that last part of the video, kind of just to wrap things up, go over a couple of the pros and cons. Essentially, most of it being that obviously these prints take time. I'm very new to this. I don't really know how all these apps that I slice these prints into work as well as some other people do yet, and I don't know how to make my own models yet, which I'll be working on in Blender. But a lot of them broke, a lot of them have caused me headaches, and I'll show you a few that I have right here on my desk. So first one is the low poly keycap that I found on Thingiverse. Behind that is going to be the PlayStation controller holder. I have a couple other cool things too under my desk. I have got, it's hard to see, but I got an Xbox controller holder. I just put my SCUF controller in there because it's pretty similarly sized. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but this little bastard right here, that is actually the sound controller for my speakers that I have set up. The Logitech Z313 speakers that I have hooked up to my computer. Apparently, I'm not the only one who thinks that that thing is really annoying and that it doesn't really have anywhere to be mounted. So somebody actually came up with a print for it, and it worked really well at first, except now I have a little bag of all my failed 3D prints. I have about 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 of them in there. I'm going to try and look for the most recent one so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So this is my edited version of it. This attaches to that little bastard right in there, the little green light, and then basically it goes on the bottom of my desk, and I just kind of screw it up in there, and then the volume, I don't know how to explain it, there's this, and then there's another piece right here that obviously broke off. The volume sits in the middle so you can't have anything in the way, and this is kind of fine, it's no issue on this side. But when you get to this side, this and the other piece that were here are so weak that they break every single time you barely touch them or breathe on them too hard, which can be really annoying, especially when you want to actually listen to the stuff that's on your computer. So before I lose my mind, let's look at what else I'm doing. So I have this little guy right here that's actually supposed to be a pen holder slash SD card kind of holder type of thing, kind of like a one size fits all, but it's not done yet. It has 3 USB-A slots, and then you can't see it on here because it's like a quarter of the way done, but there's some SD card slots, some nano, some micro SD card slots. Basically that's being printed right now. It's going to take some time. I've put a little cap on the little spinner up top. There's my little guy right there. There is the Master Sword and its little like podium, which is pretty neat. I actually printed out like a spool holder, a little better than the spool holder that came with it. And here's just a couple of the other cool ones I made. This one is a little crystal, which is pretty nice, and it's not in focus, which is really cool. Man, if I could just figure this out. There we kind of go. As you can tell, I've not perfected cutting the supports off there yet, but it's pretty cool because of the look to it, like the aesthetic it has. Just kind of crystals everywhere. Reminds me of like one of my favorite tattoo artists' work, which is really cool because he uses a lot of crystals, which is nice. But there is the failed, I guess, kind of version of the Master Sword podium. Has a little bit of damage down there. That was before I knew about leveling and all that. Mind you, this is a few days later, so I know a little more. This is probably seen this advertised a lot. One of those little, it's called a save grabber on the Thingiverse file. Basically, you hook this onto like doors with an arm handle, and you open it with this. You press buttons with that, and your finger goes here, and you just carry it around to be safe and not catch the coronavirus. But since it's plastic, I don't know how safe it is. I don't know if it's like germophobic at all. But there is another little keycap. I actually have another one over there, but this is like the Ghost from Destiny as a keycap. Once again, one of my early prints, so it got a little messed up, but I still think it looks neat. And I've got a couple of Cloud Swords from Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, which I think is pretty cool. A couple of the small ones, one of the Sawtooth ones. They're all going to end up being different colors just because the way the spool I have is set up. This is going to be part of a wallet that I'm trying to print out, but I need to kind of get things smoothed out a little more. This little edge right here isn't quite as smooth as I'd like it, but I'm interested to see what happens with the rest of it. It's just the other two parts of the wallet are kind of complicated to print out right now. This is a mount that's supposed to go on the bed, basically for a GoPro, so I can kind of have it going at all times. I was thinking about doing it as like a live stream thing, or just watching it, make sure I don't burn my house down if I'm in my bedroom. And like a little printout of an X-Acto blade. I just thought it'd be cool, since I don't have any, to kind of have a print of one and maybe put it on like a utility blade for one. But these obviously are not very sharp, so it's just kind of cool to, you know, look at and see, kind of like as a modeling thing. But yeah, those are a few of my prints. I appreciate you guys for watching. Sorry, this angle is kind of weird. My lighting's a little bad right now. I don't have my super bright light on at the moment, but this is definitely something that I'm really into and will probably be posting more about. I'll try and keep it in like the tech type of region, try and talk about some specs maybe, or some advancements people will be making with these pretty soon. As far as 3D printing, I'm thinking about expanding to another one already, even though I just got this one. It's really awesome. I recommend, if you have any interest at all, to try it out, just because it's so addicting. Like, even if things go wrong, it's not so annoying, except for that little speaker thing. That really pisses me off, but it's actually pretty fun once you get into it. Even if you make mistakes, you learn, and it's getting me to be more creative with trying to use Blender. I mean, I've never touched it. I thought about it a couple days ago, but basically editing these things, like I'm going to edit the file for that little speaker to make it work. It's not as simple as just clicking and pointing around in the little slicing app you use for these 3D prints. You have to actually make one, which is just worlds ahead of experience for me. Like, I have no idea, but I'm gonna learn. So this has been a pretty fun experience. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this video. I plan to do a lot more technology, gaming, all that stuff, like I said in the last video, in the future. So if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you like my vids. Other than that, I'll talk to you guys later on. Peace.